All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a really nasty security flaw in Fortinet's FortiWeb firewalls, and this one is being actively exploited out in the wild. This isn't some what-if scenario. It is happening right now. So let me ask you a question. Just think about this for a second. Could a total stranger, someone with zero credentials, just stroll through your digital front door and basically get handed the keys to the kingdom? It sounds like a movie plot, right? But for thousands of organizations out there, this has suddenly become a very, very real threat. And here's the kicker. That's exactly what this new vulnerability does. It lets an attacker completely sidestep all your security and just create their own secret administrator account. That gives them total, persistent control over your system. Okay, so let's peel back the layers on this thing. The vulnerability is officially known as CVE 2025-64446, and what it really is a critical digital backdoor into some of the most common web security appliances you can find. First things first, what even is a FortiWeb? Well, in simple terms, it's a web application firewall, a WAF. Its entire reason for existing is to act as a digital bodyguard for your websites. It stands at the front door, checks everyone's ID, and makes sure only the good traffic gets through. But here's the thing. This flaw completely subverts that. It's like the bodyguard gets tricked into not just letting a bad guy in, but actually walking them to the security office and handing them the master key. They don't need a password, they don't need an invite, they just create a brand new admin account for themselves and boom, they're in charge. So you're probably asking, how on earth is that even possible? Well, while it sounds super complex, the actual attack is a really clever multi-step process. So let's walk through exactly how this exploit chain works, piece by piece. The secret sauce to this whole operation is a technique called path-traversal, and the analogy here is just perfect. Imagine a big office building. Normally, a delivery person has to go through the front desk, get a badge, the whole 9 yards. But what if they knew about a secret service corridor that bypasses all that security and leads straight into the CEO's office? That's exactly what path traversal lets an attacker do, but with a computer's file system. And this breaks down into a really slick 3-step move. First, the attacker finds that back path. They craft a special URL to sneak into a part of the system that should be totally off limits. Second, they forge an ID badge. They send a fake piece of information, a special header that just lies and says, hey, trust me, I'm an admin. And because they use that backpath, the system actually believes it. And finally, step 3, the knockout punch, they create a ghost admin. With the system's trust, they inject a simple command to create a brand new secret admin account. Just like that, they own the place. Which brings us to the most crucial question of all. Who is at risk? Understanding just how bad this is and which systems are vulnerable is absolutely key right now. Okay, take a close look at this slide. If your organization uses FortiWeb, you really need to check your version number against this list. It covers a huge range of versions, from the 7.0 series all the way up to the new 8.0 stuff. If your device falls within any of these vulnerable ranges, you are a target, period. You can also see the fixed versions that you need to get to, like yesterday. And the risk here is not minor. This vulnerability has a CVSS score of 9.1 out of 10, which is rated as critical. A score this high tells you 2 things, and they're both terrible. 1, the attack is incredibly easy to pull off, no special privileges needed. And 2, the impact is devastating. We're talking total control over the system. And please, hear this. This is not a theoretical danger. Right now, as we speak, threat actors are running automated scans across the entire internet, just looking for these vulnerable devices. It's indiscriminate, it's automated, and if you have one of these unpatched systems, you are on their list. So, as you can imagine, a threat this big triggered a massive and rapid response from the entire security community. It has truly become a race against time. This timeline really shows you just how quickly everything escalated. Attackers started exploiting this in secret back in early October. By November 13th, security researchers went public with all the details. And just 8 days later, CISA, that's the U.S. cybersecurity agency, added it to their must-fix list, which mandated federal agencies patch their systems immediately. So with all that said, what do you actually do about it? This brings us to the most important part of this whole explainer, your action plan. Okay, here's your checklist. Number 1, and this is not negotiable, upgrade immediately. Install the patched firmware version and slam that door shut. Number 2, restrict access. The management interface for your firewall should never, ever be accessible from the public internet. Lock it down. Number 3, hunt for intruders. You have to assume you may have already been breached, so dig into your logs. Look for any evidence of suspicious admin counts being created. Number 4, verify users. Go through every single local user account on that device. If you don't recognize it, get rid of it. And finally, number 5, stay vigilant. This isn't a one-and-done fix. You have to actively monitor your systems for anything that looks out of place. And that leads us to our final critical thoughts. You can patch the vulnerability, and you absolutely should. But since attackers were exploiting this in the shadows before it was publicly known, the real question you need to be asking yourself is this: was my system already compromised? Because patching the door is one thing, but you still need to check if someone is already inside.